In the 1840s, the village in hospital had to try putting It-Ouers. Pregnant women could come to these different rooms to have their baby. In one room, Miss Way cared for mothers during the childbirth process. Meanwhile, a woman who are received training in health service to help pregnant women. In other room, medical students help pregnant mothers to put their baby. Other daughters of church, older daughter of church help and advise these students. Study comparing these two different rooms so rich and finding results. Women giving birth in the room with the mercury die about 2 to 3% of the time. But in the room where student and daughter assisted the woman, the rate was much higher. 10% or more of the women giving birth died. No one could offer a satisfying reason for this huge difference in death rates, except for Anna Semmerfit. He was a doctor working at the Vienna Flying in hospital. Dr. Semmerfit observed that many of the medical students receive training in the autopsy room. There, they learn by studying dead bodies. After working in the autopsy room, they would assist in the childbirth room. Dr. Semmerfit believed that the students were carrying small particles from the dead body on their hands. They believed that the particles were causing infection in the pregnant woman. Many people did not believe this idea. They believed that sickness was caused by growth and simple change. Dr. Semmerfit suggested a simple experiment. Students were washing their hands, but their hands still carry a past smell. Dr. Semmerfit suggested that the students wash their hands with chlorinated lime. This powerful washing salve could kill bacteria.
Bacteria.
And viruses. This solution worked. After a short time, death rate in the student childbirth room fell to the same level as the midwife room. This is an important event in the history of medicine. Dr. Semmerfit was not the first or only doctor to suggest this kind of theory, but his case showed a strong link between washing hands and staying healthy. After this experiment, other doctors and scientists proved that Dr. Semmerfit was correct. They proved that very small creatures like virus, bacteria, germ were the cause of disease and sickness. This is germ of theory of disease. Today, doctors and other health experts everywhere agree with the germ theory of disease. They agree that avoiding or killing germs is the best way to avoid disease, and they agree that the best way to avoid and kill germs is by washing your hands. In a healthy care situation, it is best to kill germs with antibacterial
Soap.
Sure. But if you use the correct method, even just plain soap closer can wash most germs off. Wash off germs off.
Wash most germs off.
Wash most germs off a normal person's hands. Sadly, it is still common today for people to get infection from visiting the hospital or health care center. Well, hand washing may just seem like too much work for health workers who are already busy. This is also true outside the healthcare industries. Hand washing offers many wonderful proven results. But many people still avoid this simple process. That is why many groups are currently working to spread information about hand washing. They are working to make hand washing a normal, everyday part of people's lives. The Karachi so health study so what provided hand washing education in a community can do. The Journal of American Medical Associations tells about this experiment. Public and private groups joined together to perform the study. Researchers study families in four different areas, Karachi, Pakistan, in all.
In all,
The researchers study over 900 household families. Even those in family have at least two children younger than 15 years old, and at least one child was younger than 5. Living conditions for each family were similar. Most families had a toilet. Family could usually easily wash off for a good while. In these communities, many people did wash their hands with only water for a special religious custom, but washing hands with cleaning soap was not common at any time. In the community, washing hands were not a common everyday part of people's lives. Researchers put each family into a particular group. One group received a supply of powerful antibacterial cleaning soap. Another group received a supply of plain or simple soap. Both of these groups also received hand washing education in their homes. The final group was control group. The group controls did not receive any soap from the researcher. The families in this group did not receive any hand washing education. They just lived their life normally. Researchers could compare results of all the groups to the control. This would tell them if soap and hand washing education made a difference in people's health. The study lasted for 1 year. The study trained local people to educate the family about hand washing. These field workers visited each family once every week. They encouraged the families to follow a particular method for washing their hands. They encouraged the family to wet their hands, use enough refined soap to make a thick layer or covering, and then rub their hands together with the soap for 45 seconds. Field workers encourage families to repeat each process after using the toilet and after cleaning waste from the baby. They also encourage families to wash their hands like this before preparing food, feeding baby. Mostly, Few workers encourage families to